Volunteerism has been a part of my life since I was in first grade. I've always loved to give back to those who are in need, and when I was about 7 years old, I even started my own nonprofit organization called Project Red Light. This is an organization that my brother and I created, and we deliver books and videos to sick children in hospitals. The reason why we do this is because we had a dear friend who ended up passing away due to cancer after a really long stay in the hospital. The only thing that I can remember, since I was so little when it happened, was his complaints about boredom in the hospital and just being bored and not having anything to do. You really have to understand that when little kids are in the hospital, whether they're going through cancer or whatever terrible thing that it is for the reason of their stay, there aren't a lot of fun things to do in the hospital. Little kids are gonna get bored. They're gonna feel like they're left out of the real world and that no one genuinely cares about them. That's why my brother and I created Project Red Light. We wanted to at least provide a little bit of joy to those children who are having to stay in the hospital for super long periods of time. We've been able to touch so many kids across the state of Kentucky, but I want you to know that you can also begin volunteering. You don't have to start your own nonprofit or start when you're 7 years old like I did. You can start volunteering today. I want to tell you about 3 easy tips on how to begin your volunteer efforts. I know it might seem a little scary sometimes to take that first step and actually begin volunteering, but the first tip I have for you is to actually go online and research different volunteer opportunities that are in your community. I promise there are a ton of opportunities that you don't even know about. The second tip I have to start volunteering is consider your interests. Maybe you absolutely love animals. Well, maybe it's a good idea to go and volunteer at your nearest animal shelter. And my final tip is to talk to your family and your friends about their volunteer efforts. I know that's something that always kind of ignites the spark in my body to actually want to volunteer, but I also find out about a lot of really cool volunteer opportunities in my community just by talking to my friends. Actually, one of my favorite places to volunteer now is a place that I had asked my friend about. She had volunteered there for a few years. She ended up taking me there one day, and now it is probably one of my favorite places in Lexington to volunteer at. I know that sometimes it's scary to step out of your comfort zone and to begin volunteering, but I promise that it'll make a huge difference in not only your life, but also those whose lives that you're impacting. Be sure to keep up with us on Instagram at iCanKentucky and follow our website, www.icankentucky.com.